know as Ghana, it ended up breaking up after Mohammedism started spread like wildfire throughout Ghana, right? Where I forget his name. Let me see the book. Babakasha. I forget his name, but he from one of the kings from that dynasty, I think from the same Zar dynasty, right? He ended up taking on Islam, right? And from there is where the empire started break up, right? Where now you have Nigeria and Guinea and Mali and Gabon and what have you.
See, the reason why we had to search back and for the heritage and put all the tools together is because we were robbed and spoiled.
The whole area was called Negro land, Nigger land.
Yeah,
Nigger land.
Which is the land of
whole area.
The land of the niggers.
Or the land of the they call it Yehuda and the Ahud. It started with the Ahuda, Yehuda, and the Waida. Exactly. Correct. So as time progresses on the change, the name just keep changing, but it really goes back to Judah, which is Yahweh. That's what I'm saying. Through the Spirit of the Lord, I know that the ancient land now comes to it. It will be all down there. It's the providence of Judah now. Yeah. We know that for a fact through the Spirit. But of course, if you're not part of the Spirit, so you would know these things. And even if you had a mind to it, the devil that you are is to hide it from the people. But hey, the devil doesn't do his part, right? You will set up Vocab Malone to be the devil. Yeah. And you're doing your job very good. I must commend you. You're doing your job very good. It's just that you never come to JMS Prophetic Vibration. We quite don't in Trinidad. I would like to speak to you and cut your hair off.
You can't come COVID-19.
Yeah. Alright. So you are going to read on the still?
Yeah, that's the last sentence.
Alright, you go read on the last sentence and then you go to page 86. To page 86.
It's like Hebrew. It means Hebrew.
Yeah, it means Hebrew. But you know, you would see all that information and then deny, then tell all people nah, not only.
You know. FAO people.
Yeah, exactly.
FAO,
IVO. Yeah. You understand? People, we got when they were selling the slave, they have about 16 strong IVO or 20 strong IVO Igbo now come in and they say because they're very strong. You understand?
Yeah.
And advertising us because the scripture says we will offer ourselves as slave man and slave woman and no man shall buy us. So hey. We see the history and the prophecy working together.
I mean, science also. Yeah. Even the pseudoscience and all. You know, they have pseudoscience. It's still proof. Even the Lemba people, they had a big a whole program on the Lemba channel.
On the Lemba,
and they do genetic testing on the ancient remains of the Israelites in the tombs.
And that is Solaki, and that is why they cannot deny the Lemba. Right, but they still try to deny the other tribes, the Igbo, the Mandingos, the Yorubas,
and you know why too? They don't want to accept because there's a huge amount of people, right? That's a huge amount of people, right? So they will never want to accept that. Why? Esau basically don't want first of all don't want to pay any reparations to anybody.
But we don't want to
right? We know
hopefully let go on reparations. As we was talking, we was coming up in the car according to Idris Elba in the movie Beast of No Nation. You can get a scripture from I think the land cannot be cleansed. You get a scripture
by the blood polluted the land.
Yeah, I think it's Numbers.
Yes, I think it's
Numbers 30 something, Numbers 36.
Numbers 7. Numbers 36.
Check Numbers 36 or something like that. Baba Kusha.
Numbers 35 and 33.
35 and 33, yeah, right?
Yeah, that's Numbers 35 and 33, that's correct.
Yeah, they Numbers 35, 33. I'm going to read it. Right, Numbers 35, 33.
Bring it on.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Right, Vocab? Go and tell all who pay the elites that pay here to come up against us. Go and give them this message here. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
And what is pollution? Pollution is not just physical pollution, it's spiritual pollution too. You cannot spread false doctrine amongst the people. Read.
Right? For blood it defiled the land.
So it started with a white supremacy conception of the Bible, and it ended up physical upon our people. Read that part of again.
Right? So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land.
For what defiled the land?
Blood.
Yeah, we shed our blood upon the land, upon these lands out here, especially in America. And your forefathers did that, Vocab Malone. Read.
Right? And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
Yeah, they just got slipping and ball. Oh, I believe in Jesus now, and his name is not in Jesus. You know, we GMS prophetic vibration, we debunk that name Jesus in the name of Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh. Read that.
Right? But by the blood of him that shed it.
But by the blood of him that shed it. So your blood, James White blood, and all you Edomites blood have to be shed.
So, you must shed their blood.
Yeah.
You must shed their blood. Oh, I tell you to shed their blood. Yeah, that is what coming for. Right? We don't want reparations. Right? You can keep your because again your system done conquered. Your monetary system done conquered.
Again, the place marshal. What you will give me?
You know, and
they're gonna tax it too after when they don't give them money, right?
Exactly. So and they pay the bills back to them, right? So, but they shed our blood even to take our identity. Like you know, Job 9 and 24 say, you know, they cover the face of the judge. They shed our blood again, you know.
Do you know they take another man's identity, especially?
They shed that's the
spiritually speaking. You know that's an abomination before the Lord.
It is now an established fact that Ghana was a Hebrew state, and at this juncture I shall continue my writing concerning the Zar dynasty of Ghana. Right? So I won't continue on that. I will go to something else here. I'm going over now to page 86. Right? Because let's go into the point and to the name of the video, right? To you, Vocab Malone. Right? The Israelites always had a presence in Africa. Right? This is page 86. Second paragraph. The Jews are an omnipresent people. Omnipresent that goes into always present, right?
Yeah. Like our Father, He's omnipotent, omnipresent.
Right?
Salt of the earth.
Right?
Yeah.
The Jews are omnipresent people. They seem to exist everywhere.
They seem to exist where?
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. They be like the sand of the sea, Vocab, like the grain of salt in it.
The salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Without salt, no one was salting this.
At the beginning of the 6th century, they are found in Spain before the Mohammedan.
They found where? They found in Spain. What are we doing in Spain?
The Moors. Right? Before the Mohammedan conquest, Spain is known to the Jews as the classical land of crypto-Judaism before they feigned Christianity but practiced Jew customs in secret. Right? That going back to the Spanish Inquisition. Right? Because a lot of us, we had us to play Christians in front of the face, but really and truly, you know, behind closed doors, we keeping our heritage now. You know, because we was being persecuted for our heritage. As early as the Roman period, the Jews of Spain had been large in number and influential. Many of them claimed to be descendants of noble Jews in Jerusalem who had been carried into exile by General Titus. Right? So we always have been not only in Africa but in Spain, over here in the Americas, which is the Northern Kingdom, and also the Southern Kingdom used to be making trips back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm mainly sticking right.
I think, and not to cut across, even Solomon knew about this part of the world too. Because he sent Navy men from his navy, and they would bring things from here back there, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he knew about this part of the world, and he knew by prophecy that one day the Israelites probably would come on this side of the world. See, we don't know. And thank the Most High for the Rakapo Dutch started to open up this scroll unto us now.
Right? Right, so we were just that thing again, just going to some scriptures. Right? I go make a follow-up onto this, right? Going into the Moors and whatnot in a future video.
So because you know,
we're
working with time.
We're working with time now, but because you already did a video earlier on.
You have something to bring out?
Yeah, I just have one a scripture to bring out here.
Yeah, let's bring out scriptures.
Alright, because this is Isaiah 11 and 11, right? And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time. Right? To cut down, but actually I already wanted to, it's not the scripture, I already wanted that one. The one where basically we bring out that they came to Jerusalem to worship now. From Elam and from
Acts, going to Acts 2.
Acts, right?
Yeah, going to Acts 2, yeah.
Let me go to the book of Acts.
2:1, I can start from verse 5.
2 and verse 5, right?
Yeah, man, and like I said, we Vocab will read that and just deny everything afterwards.
Yeah, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Go ahead.
Now, when this was noise abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded.
Go ahead.
Because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Go ahead.
And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue?
You see, he said, how hear we every man in our own tongue?
Wherein we were born.
Wherein we were what?
Wherein we were born. Which we wasn't born in Jerusalem, right?
Right. It was scattered over the world as the prophecy said it would be.
Parthians and Medes.
What do you call them?
Parthians and Medes.
No, these Parthians and Medes, it wasn't different people, it was Israelites.
Israelites, yeah.
That took on these names. It come like in modern time you would say Jamaicans and Trinidadians.
Yeah. Right, Persians and Medes, right?
Yeah.
Right,
and Elamites.
Right, due to the Persian captivity.
Right. And Elamites,
right?
East Indians, right?
Right, yeah.
But the question was, what were they? East Indian? No, they were Israelites. With carrying these customs.
That's why you all got the cities tribe in southern India. Right? And the cities are Bantus. And how did the cities end up in India? Through the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? Then you had the Punjabis, right? And these Punjabis, more or less, I had the feeling that these Punjabis, that they stem from all going back to the Middle Persian Empire.
Yeah, they would come from the tribe of Manasseh, because they, in the time of the Persian, around Esther time, so when I get deep into the history, Manasseh was they had given into marriage with the Persian people. They read that history, read that come. So most of them would really come from the tribe of Manasseh.
Manasseh or Benjamin, because by the time of the Persian and whatnot, the Babylonian Persian, the Northern Kingdom they done gone, and it had to be Benjamin.
It has
one or two Manassites, but
what was the game? If we have time, we could get into the scripture on that and take a look at it.
Yeah, can.
But go ahead.
So at Elamite,
and you brothers, if I'm going off on that, you all could send scriptures on the comment, so we could be able to, verify that.
Can and Elamites, and of course, it was speckled birds too, And the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea.
Right, Mesopotamia, which is the Middle East, go ahead.
And in Judea and Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, right? Phrygia, Pamphylia, in Egypt.
In where?
In Egypt.
Come on, man, and the Messiah had us to go and hide into Egypt, boy. How stupid you could be, boy.
Right?
Go ahead.
And in parts of Libya.
And in parts of it?
Libya.
Then the man who helped Yahushua Mashiach, what's his name? What from Cyrene? Simon from Cyrene.
From Cyrene.
Simon from Cyrene.
And about Cyrene, so we talking about that, about Cyrene.
Right.
Wow. Right? So, and this
and this before 70 AD we talking about.
Well, this is years before, this is before.
This is way before 70 AD, boy.
Alright? Which is how many years ago? Right?
Because 40 years after the Mashiach died when 70 AD took place.
Yeah, and they were going into to land of Ham from before this.
Yeah.
Alright?
We always going into the land of Ham to do trade and whatnot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we had to go into the land of Ham to escape the Avenger, blood, all kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
And this corresponding with history, because history show that they went to the eastern part of Africa first, northeastern part.
That was as I put in the video the last time, because we didn't just go to the west coast. Now some of us was dwelling at the west coast, you know, but it wasn't an influx. We was more influxing northeast, coming all the way down to Somalia, coming all down to Sudan, Zimbabwe, and what have you. Right? It's due to the sub-Saharan slave trade and always in war with these Hamites. They started push us, you know. And the thing about it is everywhere we push and we settle. When we had to move again, we always have remnants still staying.
Yeah.
That's why. You will get a large number of Israelites. In Congo is mainly Israelites, right? Both Republic of Congo and Democratic Republic of Congo, because Congo is split into two, right? And it's mostly Israelites. Why the slave trade? Well, notice this. Why the slave trade? It started from on the east, and as far as the people running, the slave trade started to continue as the people go, the slave trade moving with them, until it ended up consistently being on the entire west coast.
And during the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? They were taking Bantu people from the eastern coast,
right, and selling them to these East Indians and to the Japanese and to the Chinese and what have you.
By ship too?
By ships. Go ahead.
So in Egypt and in the parts of Libya. About Cyrene. Right?
Where's that? North Africa, boy. Oh gosh, Vocab. Just there and done now. Just there and done.
The point already proven.
Yeah. We ain't going to all the stuff so that thing what you know. We just because the brothers and other brothers and others they fed up overkill here, boy. Oh gosh, boy, just there and done.
You see, he Vocab Malone just waiting. If you have a time set, you know, you don't have a time set with him. Yeah. But he, like I say, he was set up to be the devil. You understand, in that form, so.
Yeah, any scriptures there?
Yeah, Isaiah 47 and 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right, which is you Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
For thou shalt no more be called the Lady Kingdoms.
The what?
The Lady Kingdom.
No more Lady Liberty, yeah?
Yeah.
No more Lady Liberty. All the lies.
In the scripture, writing the Bible,
writing the Bible. No more Lady Liberty, boy.
Yeah.
Right? That is statue of liberty.
Yeah, the Lord saw it. Imagine Isaiah saw that in the vision.
Right? Because you take away nationality, all these things. Yeah. The scripture go end for me. The ending scripture is Hosea 1 and 10, right? Okay. Right?
Let me finish it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
With 6. I was wroth with my people.
Yeah.
You know the Lord say, I have polluted my inheritance.
I have polluted what?
My inheritance. And given them into thine hands.
You have to give it into your hands, boy. Into your hands. The Most High will be in your hand. Right? When you go to Joel 3, and it talks about being sold unto the Grecians and old Tyre and Zidon, what have you to do to me? The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, we are sold unto the Grecians. O Tyre and Zidon, what have you to do to me? Right? Do with me. Will you render me a recompense? What have you? When you go back into the lineage of Tyre and Sidon, where they stem from. You go back to Genesis 10 and 6 and go down, continue reading. You will see that Tyre and Sidon, they came from the lineage of Canaan. Therefore, they are direct Canaanite, they are direct lineage of descendants of Canaan. Not even Put, not even Mitzrayim, not even Cush. Canaan they come from. So now, Vocab, tell me, when did Africans, right? When did Africans sell white people to white people? Give me the date, give me the time, give me the history, give me the event, give me the relics.
Yeah, like you know, like Herod looking for the Christ child, and he in Egypt, like you know, he wouldn't recognize a white man and a white baby and white people. Like that's so stupid, huh? And all people fall for that hook, line, sinker, boy.
When did that happen?
Lord say we are as Ethiopians unto him.
Yeah.
So
that's why
and you know why is that, son? You know why he said that? You know why he said that? When you go back, this is the reason why these Beatrice had us to take out the Apocrypha. When you go back into the Apocrypha and you read, you would see that Alexander, when he was on his conquest, Alexander conquered Egypt. Right? The Mosai, there's a reason why the Mosai only let didn't let no other conqueror, whether it be the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Grecians, and the Romans. There is a reason why he never ever let Ethiopia be conquered. Because had he let Ptolemy, because Ptolemy he ended up getting Egypt after the death of Alexander. Had he let Ptolemy, had let Alexander, matter of fact, when he had done conquer Egypt and name over some of the towns and whatnot, Alexandria and city Alexandria and whatnot, had he had let him go down into Ethiopia, the same way how they whitewashed Egypt, they would have whitewashed Ethiopia. And that scripture they would have been, it would not been there, it would not been relevant for us. So the Mosai know his works. That's why the Mosai never let Ethiopia has never been conquered. Had he let Ethiopia been conquered by Alexander, Ethiopia would, because when Egypt got conquered by Alexander, is where the iconoclasm started to take place in Egypt. Through Ptolemy and what have you.
Yeah, well, I have that in the first market.
Right, but so when Ptolemy come out with Serapis Christos and whatnot, how you think the people of Sudan now is the direct descendants of Mitzrayim, is the original Egyptians? Because when Ptolemy came and he gave them Serapis Christos and tell them worship that, they tell them, hey, we're not worshiping that because it's not the matter that you want me to worship that and you want me to worship you because that God resembles you. You want me to worship you. And what he did, he passed a decree that anybody that not worshiping this God here is to get out of the land. Alright, and he said to kill out a good bit of the Egyptians with our side not fleeing. Right?
And then the Lord preserving that lineage, that monarchy in Ethiopia, the Hebrew monarchy now, which is Abyssinia, with King Abijah. That thing is Abijah. That's the Hebrew name, King Abijah of Abyssinia. The God preserved that heritage.
Abaya, baby. Abaya
in the Hebrew. I can be pronouncing it wrong, but that very same name that I pronounced, you can find it in the Old Testament. I think in the first king or second king, I can't remember, but it's there in the scripture. You understand? But let me finish this off here. He said, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hands. And given them into thy hands, which is Edom.
Polluted his inheritance. Try that swallow it quick.
Yeah.
That's not. That's bear with me. That's bear with me.
This history is so beautiful and so on point. I will never give up my heritage for religion.
Help me here, Lord. Help me here,
for anything that either that Esau has tampered with, to give up the kingdom of heaven for that.
No.
It doesn't worth it. It don't worth it. The Bible says, what shall you give in exchange for your soul?
There's a particular.
Yeah, they were always seeking to paint our in the image.
So what are you about Shimon Shah? So what are you about Shimon Shah? Now watch this, right? This is going to because the Mosai see he polluted us. He polluted his inheritance, right?
Which is Israel.
Okay, watch this, right? Give me Jeremiah 17:4.
Jeremiah 17 and verse 4.
Yeah.
And thou
then thyself finish this and you read this and then you will go to the scripture.
That's what
and we will look at all
from there. One more scripture.
Yeah, alright.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
See, that strange language we don't know.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger.
By joining Vocab Malone and listening to James White. By listening to you, Vocab Malone, you know what we do? We kindle a fire in the Lord's anger.
Which shall burn forever.
And the Lord said, until we stop listening to you and James White, this fire is going to burn forever. In other words, the Lord said, I'm going to continue to put pressure on Israel until they repent from this false doctrine and this false worship or worship.
Alright, I'll continue, right? I'll continue.
Yeah.
Alright, verse 5 says, thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusted in man.
Yeah, cursed be every man, every Hebrew that trusted in another man or a strange man.
Trusted in a strange God too.
Yeah, you can. This is what he's talking about, you know, cursed be that man that trusted in a man. Because our help, as David said in the scripture, our help coming from what? From the Lord who created heaven and the earth. Right?
Alright, so back to Babylon to Timbuktu. This is on page 123. I will read two line in the second paragraph and then continue into what I want to read here. Right? To link with the polluting of his inheritance, right? It stands to good reason. No. It is written, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Psalms 83. Psalms 83. Alright? Right?
Why do the heathen reach?
Yeah. Right? Like the Jews in America, right? Like the Jews in America, some of the Jews of Guinea, because he was going into the Jews, because he going into how with this. A lot of these researchers was researching the Jews throughout the whole of Western Africa. A matter of fact, throughout the whole of Africa, right? But he was consistent on the Western Africa because remember, through persecution and whatnot, we end up settling and making kingdoms and whatnot throughout West Africa, and it's there where the transatlantic slave trade commenced, right? Right, like the Jews in America, some of the Jews of Guinea don't remember their original nationality, right? Because how come? That's them back when they go back to the Moors, when a lot of us was being sent back home, when a lot of us was being expelled from Spain, we are not fleeing back to Guinea. Who didn't get a chance to flee back to Africa and settle in Guinea is where they take and put on slave ships and send over to Brazil. Because what you have to understand, the first the transatlantic slave trade, it did not start on the west coast of Africa. It started in Spain and Portugal. Not on the west coast of Africa. Spain and Portugal, where the Moors, which are Israelites, right? Due to the Spanish Inquisition, what have you, who didn't want it to succumb to the Cesare Borgia, the white Jesus Christ and what have you, and they couldn't escape and go to Africa to hide amongst the people, right? Those who couldn't escape, they take them and put them on slave ships and send them across to Brazil, right? But a lot of these Portuguese, where they was dwelling, a lot of these so-called Portuguese Jews, these Israelites, right? When they was dwelling, when they lived, they went over into Guinea, right? Guinea now is split into two. You have Equatorial Guinea and you have Guinea-Bissau. Equatorial Guinea is they are the one that speak Spanish, right? Then you have Guinea-Bissau, which they speak French, right? Okay, so now we look over like the Jews in America. Some of the Jews of Guinea don't remember their original nationality even to this day, right? Even if a lot of these Biafrans and what have you, they've been westernized, right? This deplorable ignorance is attributed to various causes. One, the fall of the Hebrew kingdoms, right, due to Mohammedanism, and also the transatlantic slave trade and these missionaries. These missionaries who played a big role in the wicked Christianity. Right? Right? The fall of the Hebrew kingdoms. Two, the lack of communication with Jews' educational centers. Right? Number three, intense persecution and deliberate blotting out of the mind their true nationality, which goes back into what? Slavery. Because I just always say the beatings and what have you and the lynchings and all these acts, all these ferocious acts, it was not just to have it working on the good workers on the plantation. It was to literally blot out our heritage out of us, so that in time to come, generation to generation, we will not teach our descendants the true nationality and heritage due to the fear of being persecuted for their true nationality and heritage. Right?
Can't destroy us by keeping us ignorant.
Can. Intense persecution and the deliberate blotting out of the mind their true nationality. Thus, Nahum Schlouch said this about the Islamicized Jews he met. In most cases, these Hebrews by race, Israelites by race, and Muslim by faith seek to hide their religion, right? They was doing that, practicing Islam, just to cease from being persecuted, right?
They say, and that's what Louis Farrakhan and these brothers and them mix up with. They think we are Israelite by race, but our faith must be Islam.
Makes no sense.
Which makes no sense.
We have a covenant, an everlasting covenant with Yahweh Hashem.
And then it's a heritage. We believe Israelite is a heritage from God.
And that covenant is the heritage too.
Which has become a burden to them.
Oh Lord.
Right? That's not. Hebrews by race and Muslim by faith seek to hide their origin, which has become